Hi guys, Anime Magic here again with my Elementl Hero deck review. It's basically just move that out of the way there. Just got some extra stuff cluttering up my floor. Anyway, this deck is just based around, as you guessed it, the Elementl Heroes. Oh, Jesus Christ. There are quite a few cards I would like to put in this deck. Some of the hybrid heroes, as I call them, like Elementl Hero Absolute Zero and Gaia, which you'll probably work out with this deck. The super polymerization strategy allowing me to snag an opponent's monster as well as my own. So yeah, that too. And I'd also like to put. There are two. I might also think about putting a Draco Equeast in here. The simple reason that I face some dragon type synchro monsters, and this deck's basically chock-a-block full of warriors. So that fills up half the equation. If my opponent can meet the standards, then I would obviously oblige to then just relieve him of a monster. And also a Neos Knight would be handy, but of course I'm just not that lucky with pulls or with trades. But anyway, I'll just get straight in with the deck review itself. I'll put the extra deck to one side. Well, the fusion deck really, there's no synchros in there. Okay, we'll start off with this. An Elementl Hero Neos. Now I put this guy in quite recently, considering I originally built a Crystal Beast deck with Rainbow Neos in it, but I just decided to move it over to the Elementl Hero deck because it was a lot easier to summon that way. A Blade Edge, an Echo Shade, a Stratos, a Woodsman, an Ocean, a Wild Heart, a Bubble Man, Clayman, Avian, Bustinatrix, Sparkman. That's all my Elementl Hero monsters themselves. So that's the actual Elementl Heroes from the deck. But the reason I only run one copy of each one is because it is hell to draw low attack Elementl Heroes when you want to send them to the graveyard, really. Just for fusions. In some cases, there have been times where I've drawn double copies of each Elementl Hero, which is why I've now shaven it down. And I was up at a hobby shop quite recently, and they were just saying, take out all the spare copies of the Elementl Heroes, really you only need the one of each. I get on with the support monsters for these cards. Rainbow Dragon goes with Neos for Rainbow Neos, that's the obvious reason. Sangan just allows me to search out some of the Elementl Heroes, and also some of the support monsters. A Neospatian Grandmore for bounce. Really good in this deck. It really helps. I've already got the One King of the Swamp in here. Just allows me to ditch it, and I can search for Poly. And it can count as a fusion material monster, so that's pretty handy. A Wing Karibo and a normal Karibo, basically for damage dodging for those two. I'm not sure which one to take out, really, because I'm thinking about taking one of them out, but really Wing Karibo could save me from all attacks. This, only one. At the minute they run pretty well together, but I'll leave it up to comments and possibly some extra advice I get. And a Rottweiler just lets me search my grave to get a Poly and an Elementl Hero back. And since I've only got the One King of the Swamp, I decided to put in a Light Hexel Fusion for good measure. Basically, this guy can work like King of the Swamp in that he can be used as any fusion material monster as long as the other fusion material set complete. So basically, you can fuse this guy with Bubbleman and Sparkman to get Tempest, but you can't fuse two Hexel fusions together. You have to have one. You have to have one of the correct fusion material, obviously, and this guy. You could activate his other ability, which is to tribute this along with the other fusion material monsters. So say you had, I think it's Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon I want to pull this strategy with. This and two Blue Eyes. You tribute them, and you can still summon the fusion monster without the polymerization card, I think. I think that strategy still works, but even in this deck it doesn't really work, because the Elementl Hero fusions can only be fusion summoned, they can't be special summoned in any other way. Anyway, I'll get on with the spells. A Diffusion. So my thing allows me to diffuse my Elementl Hero fusions. A Future Fusion. I've only got the one this in the deck, considering 2 I found really just clogged it up. A skyscraper number 2, just a special summon elemental heroes that are destroyed by battle. A hero's mask, just allows me to like send an elemental hero from the deck to the grave, and then a monster I select becomes that elemental hero that I've just sent. Fifth Hope. Now I'm looking to trade this for a Pot of Avarice, but at the minute I find Fifth Hope works reasonably well. But like I say, a Pot of Avarice works a lot better. But that's just in their deck now, considering I don't have any spare copies. A Super Poly. Like I said, if I'm wanting to make this a little more effective, it's better if I had some of the hybrid heroes like Absolute Zero and Gaia, or Draco Equist and Neos Knight. Those are the 4 cards I would have liked to add to this deck, and also a Prisma for the Elemental Hero monsters. A Refusion basically has a Rottweiler's ability. Only I can use any that was used in a fusion summoning, so it could have been a Hexel fusion or a King of the Swamp or a Rainbow Dragon that I want to get back, or any other kind of fusion material like that. Skyscraper. Polymerization. Legend of Blue Eyes version for that one. Oversoul just allows me to get Neos or Sparkman, Avian, Burstinatrix, or Clayman back from the graveyard. Just allows me to use them again. Just in case that doesn't work, I've got a Monster Reborn. An Emergency Call, just to get an elemental hero to my hand. And a Hero's Bond. Now I'm not sure whether I should take this card out, but I don't know. It seems to work quite well, I don't know. But I'll have a look into it and see how it works. But basically, if I've got an face-up elemental hero, evil hero, or destiny hero, I can use this card and special summon 2 level 4 lower elemental heroes from my hand. So basically, if you want to field swarm and get some tributes out there, you can use it that way. Traps, I've got a Hero Barrier, a Hero Blast. Basically, if I've got an elemental hero like Blade Edge in the graveyard, I can use this trap, get Blade Edge back to my hand, and then I can destroy a face-up monster that my opponent controls with less attack points than Blade Edge. So it's pretty handy if I use that trap. Also works quite well with Neos. Hero Signal, pretty much a staple for the deck. Basically, if any monster is destroyed by battle that you control, you can activate this trap card, and you get a special summon an elemental hero from your deck as long as it's level 4 or below. A Sakuretsu, a Widespread Ruin, just to get rid of high attack point monsters. A Bottomless Trap, and to finish off a Call of the Horned. Now for the fusion deck itself, I have Tempest, Rainbow Neos, Plasma Vice, Shining Flare Wingman, Terra Firma, Shining Phoenix Enforcer, Phoenix Enforcer, Dark Bright, Steam Healer, Flame Wingman, Wild Edge, Thunder Giant, Rampart Blaster, Wild Wingman, and the last of my fusions is Necro Shaman. So yeah, that's pretty much the Elemental Hero deck there. Like I said, there are a few cards I want to add to it, but it runs pretty well on its own. And like I said, I took out all my spare versions of the Elemental Heroes like Burstinatrix and Sparkman and Avian, just so it runs a bit faster. So yeah, feel free to comment, rate this deck. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The next deck I'll be reviewing is my work in progress Blue Eyes deck. Well, really, it's not. It's quite a fun deck, really. Well, I'll explain more about it in the review. But yeah, like I say, thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.